Hello, Shade sir, should we start now? Hello. Sakshi, are you there? Hello, Sakshi, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm there.
You have to be a little louder.
Sir, is this okay?
A little more.
Yes. Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. A very good afternoon to all of you. We are about to begin with the Eminent Speaker Program, ACM Eminent Speaker Program. And today we have with us Dr. Prashant Nair. He's an ACM Eminent Speaker. And he's going to talk on the topic how to prepare for ICPC and how to win a hackathon. I warmly welcome you, sir, on behalf of SPKM Institute of Technology, Dhule, for this Eminent Speaker Program. Hope I am audible to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So before going ahead, sir, we would like to have a formal introduction about yourself. And we have with us our brilliant student, Miss Sakshi Pagaria, who will be introducing you. So Sakshi, can you please go ahead?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. A very warm afternoon, everyone.
Sakshi, you're not very audible. Yeah.
A very warm afternoon, everyone. Sir, is this okay?
Yeah, right.
I take this opportunity to introduce Dr. Prashant Nair, sir. Dr. Prashant Nair is an associate professor of computer science and engineering of Amrita School of Engineering, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapit, Coimbatore. He has 20 years of teaching, research, mentoring, and training consultancy and academic administration experience at Amrita University. He has taught in academic programs in USA and Europe at University of California, San Diego, and Sofia University, Bulgaria, as an Erasmus Mundus Fellow. He holds PhD in Industry 4.0 and MBA specializing in information systems from Amrita University and BE in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Bharati Thar University. To add to it, Dr. Prashant has also been ranked as top innovation mentor in India by Atal Innovation Mission of Niti Aayog and currently coordinates AIM activities at Tamil Nadu as regional mentor of change. Dr. Nair currently holds international and national leadership positions in professional bodies such as IEEE, IETE, ACM, Computer Society of India, and Coimbatore Management Association. His remarkable contribution in the field of journals and publications include writing 6 books and one book chapter, edited 2 books, and has over 50 publications in reputed journals, books, magazines, and conferences. And that's just not it. Dr. Nair is also immensely passionate about contributing to the innovation ecosystem of the country through student initiatives and outreach. It is our utmost pleasure to have such an astonishing and highly learned individual among us today. We welcome you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sakshi. Now, sir, I would like to hand over the session to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Professor Khalid Al Fatmi, dear students, office bearers of the ACM student branch at your college, all the participants of this event, a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm very happy that your institution is participating in this in the ACM Eminent Speaker Program. I am aware that SVKM is one of the most active ACM student branches. I remember some of the office bearers of ACM telling me that SVKM Dhule has done a very good job in mentoring the ACM chapter, and we want to contribute to this program. So basically, I'm just going to what I'm going to talk is just simple commonsensical stuff. But perhaps sometimes common sense is not very common. That's a fact. So I am just going to share some strategies and some good practices or best practices that have helped me mentor some of the students to very outstanding victories in hackathons, as also organizing the ICPC, the International Collegiate Programming Contest, which is the Olympics of programming for almost a decade. But I am still a little unhappy, and I feel a little discontented in the fact that even though I have been coordinating the ACM ICPC, the International Collegiate Programming Contest, I've not been able to mentor a team that has cracked and gone to the world final. So that still remains a pipe dream. I hope sometime in the future it happens. So let me just share my slide without much ado. Is my slide visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah,
Yes.
So I will talk to you first about hackathon, and then I'll talk to you about about ICPC. Oh, just one minute. I'm sharing some problems there. So as I mentioned, I have been very fortunate to have an excellent set of students that are super motivated, super excited to be working towards getting a hackathon success. And I strongly believe that this culture of hackathons, which kind of coincided with the Smart India Hackathon, which started in 2017, I think it's going to change the country. That is my expectation, because this culture, so much of innovation that is there, latent energy of the student power that is being used for leveraging for the society. I think it's the best thing I have seen in my career of almost 2 decades. And I've been very proud to be part of that movement. And we have very informally in our university, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, which is headquartered in Coimbatore. We have 8 campuses all over India. It's the #1 private university in India, ranked 5th in the country out of more than 1,000 plus universities. Hackathons have played a very important role in our university's eminent position as one of the top universities in India and the top private university in India. It's been a very, very important stake it has played. And by very conservative estimates, this has been a completely student-driven initiative. Yes, we are involved, the faculty are involved, the management is very supportive. But having said that, it's been a pure student-driven initiative where students have kind of contributed, and we have given them the right path, and this has resulted in more than 150 plus victories and top positions in the last 5-6 years. Of course, Corona years we couldn't do much, but I have been very fortunate to be part of that process, because I have been guiding for these hackathon teams for over 5 years, 6 years now. And we have had super successes. We've won international hackathons in Indonesia, Australia, Singapore. We won in Europe, in US. We won several national hackathons also. And the crowning glory was that almost 3 out of 5 years of the Smart India Hackathon, one of my teams has been among the victors. But the best part was that we were selected to represent the country in the Singapore India Hackathon in 2018. And this, if you see this yellow picture, this is actually a photograph of our the top teams with the Honorable Prime Minister of India. He was there on the ASEAN summit, and we had a kind of a meeting with him, a short but very effective meeting where we were really inspired. So that's been the culture, and it's been a student-driven culture. And I found out that these students who do well in these hackathons, the outcomes also speak for themselves. The outcomes of these students also speak for themselves. We find out that they're, in terms of their outcomes, they're really doing well. Many of them have got admissions in the top universities in India, in the world. Many of them have got super high paying jobs, in dollar terms, and so on and so forth. And I have seen that, I just want to stress upon one team that I'm very proud to inform, the team that came with me to the Singapore India Hackathon. All four of them are, super intelligent, super brilliant, not among the toppers. They were not the first rank or the second rank. They had a decent CGPA of around 8 out of 10, and maybe 80% students, not among the top. But we found out that they got the best admissions. One of them is in Stanford, another person is going to the University of Southern California. He's already gone there. The other two are one is in Microsoft. The fourth one is in a very high paying startup. I think last month she shifted to Germany on a project. So that's a kind of this thing. Companies are also very excited to recruit students who have done well in hackathon, because they know that you guys know how to apply the theory into practice. You know how to implement what you have done, what you have studied. That is the best part of the hackathon. Now let me explain about this thing. Just give me 1 minute. The air conditioner switched off. 1 minute. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, as I mentioned, the Smart India Hackathon has been a game changer. From 2017, it started in 2017. Today, it has become the largest open innovation model, the largest hackathon in the entire world. 1.5 million students have participated in the last 5 years. You can imagine the strength of Indian students and their innovation. 1.5 million students participating in the last 5 years. Amazing thing that's completely where you are using the power of the student, the creativity of the student, the innovation of the student, the talent of the student to solve the problems of the government of India. What else you need? That's the kind of things that has happened. So I have already told you, my mentoring journey has been very, very very nice, very blessed that more than 50 plus hackathon victories, many international, which I mentioned earlier also. Now, this slide is not moving. Before I go into how to win a hackathon, I want to kind of stress what is a hackathon. Many people do not understand that. Let me first tell you, a hackathon is nothing about hacking. Many people confuse that ethical hacking and all. Hacking is a totally different activity. Hacking is an unethical activity. You are looking for some kind of vulnerability. You are looking for some kind of weakness, some kind of deficiency in a computer, in a network, in a software or a hardware. And using that vulnerability or weakness or deficiency, you are trying to do some hanky-panky. That is hacking. Hacking into a computer, hacking into a software, hacking into a hard network, hacking into a hardware. There is some weakness, there is some vulnerability, there is some lacuna, and you are building on it. It's an unethical activity. I don't know, people say ethical hacking. The idea about ethical hacking is that you know how to hack, but when you know how to hack, you know how to kind of manage things, and you know to hack properly, and so that you become the culprit, you think like the culprit, and you find out the vulnerability and solve it. That's the idea about ethical hacking. But hackathon is a totally different ball game. Hackathon is basically building a digital product. Definition of a hackathon is you are building a digital product. You are leveraging all your ideas, your concepts, your theories. You are building this digital product You're applying all the theory and practices that you learned. You're getting your hands dirty. You're unleashing your creativity, innovation, and teamwork. You are applying your skills, learning. It's fun, it's exciting, but there is a catch. So Hackathon is building a digital product. The digital product you are building, it is fun, it is exciting, it is yes. Just 1 minute.
Oh, sorry, sir. How many years is this?
Sign banana.
Sorry.
Yeah. So Hackathon is fun. Hackathon is innovative, unleashing teamwork, unleashing creativity, unleashing innovation, applying skills, applying learning, solving a problem, getting your hands dirty, having fun. But you are building this digital product in a very limited amount of time. That is the catch of the hackathon. You're not building a digital product over 1 month or 2 months. You're doing it in 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, meaning the entire life cycle of a product, a digital product, you are doing in a very limited amount of time. You are moving from an ideation phase to conceptualization phase, prototyping, execution, testing, and pitching the product in a very small amount of time. That is the best part of the hackathon. The entire digital product you are making in such less time, 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. I don't think any hackathon is beyond 72 hours. And you are going through the entire life cycle of the product, right from ideation, conceptualization, prototyping, execution, pitching, everything is coming. So that is the meaning of a hackathon. Now, as I mentioned, a hackathon is an art. How do you to win a hackathon is also an art. It is just a series of strategies. As I mentioned in the first itself that this is not rocket science. It's a very simple, commonsensical thing. The first step, if you ask me, is a good team. Make a good team. All hackathons are group events. They are not individual events. And hackathon requires a good team. Now, what is the definition of a team? A team definition is also very clear. Definition of a team is a group of people solving something with multiple talents and complementary skill set. Your skills have to complement each other. Suppose you are doing a hackathon, smart city hackathon. One is good in machine learning. One is good in app development. One is good in domain knowledge. That is the meaning of, then only you will be able to win the smart city hackathon. Right? So that kind of complementary skill set, complementary talents is what is needed. It's not friendship and all. It is more towards having a good skill set. Now there are so many hackathons. You have to form a team as per the requirement of the hackathon. There are some hackathons which require you to have hardware and software. If all of you are pure plug and play software folks, you won't be able to win the hackathon. You need somebody who's good in IoT, somebody who's good in interfacing techniques. Somebody is good in Arduino board, Raspberry Pi. So that's the first step in the hackathon. Forming a good team. It always helps if you have a good name also. People get excited by good catchy names. Okay. Now, one very important thing, which when I am a mentor, I am very clear. I respect individual brilliance. But at the end of the day, it is a team effort. Team performance is paramount. Individual achievement is well respected, well recognized, but it is always the team that matters. So as a member of the team, you have to strike a balance between individual performance and the team performance. You have to be a team player. Maybe this hack, you have been you have done the thing. Next time you may not be in a good mood that day. So it doesn't really matter. So I am very clear when I mentor a team, I tell them, the team is the most important thing. Tomorrow I may break the team, but as long as we are a team, this team is the paramount in terms of the performance. And one of my friends gave an expansion of team. TEAM is together everybody achieves more. One of my friends given this expansion. Moving slide. Yeah. The next step is identifying the correct contest. See, there are many contests happening. You cannot participate in all the hackathons. There are hundreds of hackathons happening. You have classes, you have exams, you have evaluation, you have periodical exam, quizzes, all that. You cannot participate. You can only participate in few. So what do we do? How do you identify? Well, luckily there are a lot of websites that go on advertising various hackathons. HackerEarth.com, HackerRank.com, DareToCompete.com. These are some of the popular websites that go on putting all information and details about the upcoming hackathons. So as when you have formed a team, now what you should do is look for the correct contest, the right contest. Find out that is matching your team skill set. Find out the one that matches your schedule, because you cannot go for a hackathon which is bang in the middle of your end semester exam. You cannot do that. No college will change the exam date for one student. No college, no university will do that. So you have to look for that. Identify the one that suits your skill set. Identify, and whatever hackathon you are going, you should have already done some work. It's not just going in blind. You should have already done some work. You might have, you are very good, you have already done some mini projects on IoT. You have done some thing. You have got very good marks in your mini project. Then you build on it and go for a hackathon. So you should have done some kind of work in that. Now, most hackathons, because the competition has become very high, or most hackathons cannot bring everybody to the venue. I'm talking pre-COVID times. Now it is post-COVID. So no hackathon can have thousands of people coming to the location, to the venue, to the college or the company where the hackathon is being held. It is not possible physically. So what hackathon organizers are doing is that they give you some leading problem statements. They give you some lead theme. They don't give you a problem statement. They give you a theme. Smart city is the theme. You have to write a problem statement, an idea for the theme of the smart city. They may even give sub themes. Smart city includes smart health, smart education, smart traffic, smart dustbin, smart waste management, those kind of things. But most hackathons, they will only give you the theme and the broad theme and the sub theme. And they will ask you to propose a problem statement, convey your idea. Now, using this idea submission, they usually will filter the entries. So if you have 10,000 people submitting ideas, they will filter and take the top 100 ideas and ask the 100 top teams to come to the venue. They may pay for the tickets and stuff like that. But what is the how? So most hackathons are now following this technique. Asking them to submit a problem statement, asking them to submit an idea, discussing the idea, and evaluating the idea and filtering the best teams. This is what most people are now doing. Just to give you an example, to provide a solution towards minimizing the frequent navigation checks using mobile during bike and car ride. It's a very neat problem statement. Few words. You can't write stories. Problem statement is very, look at Twitter. No, in Twitter, in 280 characters, you have to give your message. You can't write stories. That is how you should have a problem statement. To provide a solution towards minimizing the frequent navigation checks using mobile and during bike and car ride. Now for the problem statement, have clear justification. There should be citations, sources, informations, and supporting things. Why do you need this? Because there are because of navigation checks, this many accidents have happened and this many people have died. Who has given the Times of India report dated 12th March 2022? Because of navigation checks, people have got distracted, and that has resulted in accidents, mass accidents. Source: research journal, international journal for something, page number 35. Like that, you have to support your problem statement with proper justification. It is ideally you should give statistics, numbers, and make it into an infographic, pictures. Nobody has time to read stories. People want very crisp data in the form of infographics. And always in the abstract, you give a information about a simple architectural diagram. Then people will say, oh, somebody will steal my idea. No, nobody will be able to steal an idea like basic architecture diagram, context diagram, basic, and what are the hardware, the technology stack that you are using, what hardware you are using, what software you are using, all those things. So this is the basic submission of an idea. Abstract. Now hundreds and thousands of abstract will come. What they will do, they will have to filter and get the top 100. Believe me, if somebody has written a big story, I won't read. I will only go for a one with a good picture. Something is there, I can make sense out of it. So every time, make your abstract idea, the problem statement should be crisp. Problem statement should be clear, it should be unambiguous, it should be precise, it should be concise, it should be supported by facts and figures. The facts and figures have to be cited properly, what is the source, and as much as possible have infographics. Have infographics, have a simple architectural diagram, what are the technologies, these are the things. Now you have submitted the abstract, the idea. You don't know whether you will be selected. It will take some time. They've got thousands of ideas. They will take some time to filter and select you, but you can't wait for that. Right? You can't wait for that. Start preparing for the hackathon. Assume that you have been selected. What are the components to be needed? Start procuring them. If you don't get selected, you can use it for some other event. And before you go, have a clear plan. What are you going to do in those 24 hours? What are you going to do in the 36 hours? What is each person's responsibility? Now, let me tell you, you can't do much during the 24 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours, 72 hours. Start working on your project now itself. You are already given a problem statement. You can start the interfacing, the coding. Do well begun in half done. If you ask me, as soon as you submit the idea, start building the mechanism. Start building the thing. When you go for the hackathon, even though you have 24 hours, please understand that 24 hours is not going to come. There will be judging. There will be some events. You can't just say I won't attend. So plan very clearly. I am going to be selected for the hackathon. I have 2 more months to go. I will start working on all these things. On the day of the hackathon, 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, these are the things that I will do. This is how you should plan for the hackathon. There may be components that you have to procure them. I don't know, some if you're going abroad and all, there are a lot of issues, licenses, import licenses, and so those kind of things are there. So all those things you should be planning because you are assuming that you are going to be selected. Now you go for the hackathon. You start participating in the hackathon. Okay, start participating. As I mentioned, 24, you have reached they have called you for the hackathon, you have reached the spot. You have 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. It depends how much time you have. Now, you cannot use the full time. There will be some inaugural function. It's very rude not to attend those socials. It is very rude not to be participating because they have invested a lot of time, energy, money in organizing, and you just say, oh, I'm very busy, I have to work. That's not a good attitude. So be very clear. Look at the schedule of the hackathon. You have 24 hours, you can only do this much, right? You cannot do more than that, right? So that kind of planning is actually needed for the hackathon, right? Then you when you are you have got into the hackathon, you have to understand that during the hackathon the judges are always looking at you. There will be informal sessions of judging, there will be formal sessions. Most of the time the judges are walking around to observe. Informally they are judging you, and when they come to you at a predetermined time, many hackathon will say judging every 6 hours, but actually 24 hours you are being judges. Informally they will move around, they will ask you questions, but formally they may come as a team. But you have to understand that these formal judging is important, but informal judging is also very important. So all the time you have to be ready. Whenever the first judge is walking by, he's asking you a question, be very confident. Explain that I have already done everything. Then when he is coming for the actual judging, he is only validating his good opinion. Please understand that. So judging is happening around the clock. Perhaps every 8 hours, formally or informally, but it's always happening throughout the time. And what the judge is doing? Judge will be looking for some basic parameters, how new it is, novel thing, how complete it is, how useful it is. Can you build it to bring the product to the market? Can it be converted to a startup? How clear the team is? What is the relevance to the team? Yeah, and whether there is a business interest or societal context. Yeah, just one minute. Okay, so whether these things are there, how new it is, how complete it is. Yeah. You can, that one poster is there, no? When you give it, they're giving you one more you give it. Yeah. Should I ask them? They said they'll bring it. So these are the things that they will be looking at. And please understand, many a time the theme of the hackathon is very important. And they look for products and projects that are mapping to the theme of the hackathon, number one. Number two, some companies are running hackathons. They are not running it for charity. Please understand that. They are not running a hackathon for charity. They are running it to further their business interest. So they will obviously give prizes to the ones. You may think, oh, I did a super project, but the other guy got the prize. Obviously, it's because, yeah. Obviously, it is because we have to understand that it is because the project is mapping to their business interest. Even though you have developed a better project, the other project got the prize because that is they want that project for their company and making money. Sometimes there is also a societal context. Societal context means there is a societal focus, something that is helping the society, something that is reducing accidents. So that also plays an important role in when you are selecting for a hackathon. Now judging happens. Normally what happens is that I told you 1,000 ideas were selected. Yeah, security guy is there. Then you can go, and then after that you can go. Okay. We'll just discuss. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. So one important thing is that 1,000 ideas were submitted. 100 of them they came to the site. They discussed. The judges evaluated the 100 projects on the site. Maximum the final round they may select 10 teams. That is called the short list. They won't choose more than 10 teams. And this will be very clearly told by the judges. These are the criteria that we have used, and out of the 1,100 teams that are here, we have selected the top 10. Now we go to what is known as a power judging. I will come to that a little later. So 1,000 ideas were submitted. 100 were selected to come, teams were selected to come, 10 of them were evaluated and made the top 10. Now they go to what is a power judging. Power judging is like a killer round. Normally, power judging does not focus much on the technical details. They mostly in a power judging, you should not talk for a long time. It's a stupid idea to make all 5 people, 6 people talk. One person is presenting is enough. A stupid idea, because when 5 people are presenting, oh, now Anand will say something, now Aarti will say something, now Ansari will speak something. It's a stupid idea. Just have one person presenting. And your presentation should be very short, maximum 6 to 7 minutes. In the 6 to 7 minutes, you talk about your project, you talk about why you are doing this, the motivation. You talk about the technology stack, the architecture. Don't talk too many details. Don't say, I am using the neural network. Neural network is that. You don't have to say, I am using RCN, recurrent neural network, because this problem it is suited. Finished. That's all you need to say. So you give in the 7 minutes, you give an introduction, motivation and justification in 2 minutes. You talk about the technical stack, the architecture, the technical details, whatever hardware, software you have used for 2 minutes. You do a demo with, if possible, with a video for 2 minutes. Give a summary. In the summary, you always say that, I am going to convert this project into a product and a product into a startup. And you have to understand that this is a pitch. You're pitching. Practice before the pitch. Make things very clear. It's a marketing person, and power judging is usually very much focusing on the pitching. And I don't need to tell you, your PPT don't have too much of text. Have figures, pictures, videos. It should be having pictures, infographics and videos. I don't like any text in my presentations. This is how you go for the final this thing. Now the presenter, I told you one person only needs to present. If questions are coming, you can ask the others to answer. The fellow who presents should be very clear in what he is saying, what ideas he wants to convey. He should be honest, have a presence of mind, check the technical details. It helps to have some humor. Always check all the equipment and stuff. And if you do not know the answer, be very honest. Say, I don't know. You can't bluff. These judges of hackathons are very smart people. You can't bluff. I have done that. I have done this. If you say, sir, we have not done this, we will do it the next time. This is what you have to do. And listen to the questions that they are asking you. Many people jump the gun. Before they ask the question, they'll tell the answer. So, and always thank the organizers, the host. They have done a lot of work. Wish the other finalists the best of luck. So this is a kind of recipe that I have been following for hackathons, and it has helped me in a very, very good way. As I mentioned, 50 plus hackathon. Now you may ask me, there is nothing rocket science about this. This is very simple, commonsensical things. But unfortunately, I find that common sense is the most uncommon sometimes. So these are the things. Now the ICPC is a similar ball game. Not an exactly the hackathon is 48 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours, 48, 72 hours. Hackathon, ICPC is a 5-hour thing. And ICPC is a pure software play. Most hackathons are a combination of hardware and software. But ICPC is a pure play software. Pure play software, and it is not for 24 hours. It is maximum 5 or 6 hours. And ICPC is a competitive programming or a sports programming event where you are learning by competing with others. So initially now it is run by what is known as the ICPC Foundation. Till 2017, it was organized by ACM, Association for Computing Machinery, and sponsored globally by IBM. But now IBM, because of recession, has pulled out the funding and ACM was also moved out, but ICPC Foundation has now started using other corporate sponsors for conducting the ICPC. The most prestigious event, it is considered as the Olympics or World Championships of Programming, And in the last edition, this is not the latest edition, 2020 edition, 2019 edition, we had 50,000 top students from 3,000 universities in 110 countries participating. ICPC alumni are very, very well recognized by the top IT majors. Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Amazon, they really like, because these people are code geeks. And most of them get very high-end jobs like software developers, data scientists, cyber specialists, startup, and so on and so forth. Now, ICPC is a 3-tier competition. First tier is happening in your college or your university. Your ACM chapter organizes it, conducts its own programming contest, and selects the top 5 or 6 teams. These 5 or 6 teams then participate in the second tier, which is known as a regional contest. So the first college contest is supposed to happen between June to August. The regional contest happens in many cities all over the world. In India, it is happening in 3 or 4 cities. And in each regional contest, which happens between September to December, there are 50 to 100 teams. From each college, the best 1 or 2 teams will come. And from these 50 to 100 teams, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 will go to what is known as the world final. World final means the top team or the top plus 1, the second team participates in one of this world final, which happens in, it's like the Olympics. There is a bidding for the world final. So typically the bids happen 3 or 4 years before. I am aware that we had made a bid to host this world finals once, but didn't come through. But till now the world final has not happened in India, but we are still making our efforts to try and bring it to India. But it's a very tough and very competitive bidding process. So there are 3 tiers. First is your college function, then the regional contest, and if you win the regional contest, the first or second prize, you go to the world final. So Amrita, we have been doing this for over a decade. But as I mentioned, I'm still unhappy that my teams have not been able to win the world final. Some of our Amrita teams have gone to the world finals, but winning the regional contest, but we have yet to kind of win the world final. It is still a pipe dream, unfortunately. But one thing about what I'm very proud is that our ICPC site is it's called ICPC Asia Amritapuri site. It's the largest site in the whole world. And we typically conduct the same contest in 3 sites: Amritapuri in Kerala, Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu, and Bangalore in Karnataka. Because in the 3 campuses, we host 100 teams. And one good thing about the Amritapuri site is it's one of the biggest sites. And what has happened is that in India, at one point of time, ICPC was only known for IITs and top institutions were participating. But after we took over this contest, we democratized this contest. We popularized the concept. Now any Aam Aadmi, any common college, any person is able to participate. That is how we have been able to popularize this contest, and we are very proud of the fact. But as I mentioned, we have not been able to win the world finals. We have got 1 or 2 teams in the last 10 years from Amrita that have gone, but we still have not been able to win. And that is something that we are still working at. Now, the format of the contest is the 3 students per team, 1 computer per team, typically 6 to 15 problems and 5 hours. You are allowed to have a reserve member. A reserve member is there like a substitute. If one of the 3 students are unwell or sick and valid reasons are there, the substitute or the reserve can take over. There is always a faculty mentor. The faculty mentor has to be from the same college. It cannot be from a different college. It cannot be an industry person. He should be a faculty in your college. If he is an industry person, he should be an adjunct faculty in your college. And the idea is that the team that solves the most number of problems in the least time with the least number of errors and penalties will win. Now, this, I didn't really, when we started organizing this event in 2005, I really didn't know how big this contest is, because I thought, okay, another event they asked me to organize. But when I went to one of the world finals in 2011, I had gone for the world final in Orlando in Florida. My God, I found out how popular this contest is. The Russian team told me that the team that won the ICPC got a personal audience with Vladimir Putin, who at that point of time was the Prime Minister of Russia. That much of popularity the contest has abroad. When the Shanghai Jiaotong University team reached Shanghai, there were thousands of people in the airport to cheer them. That is the kind of popularity the contest. Now, of course, it is caught up in India also. Now, coming to how to ace ICPC, it's the strategies that I told for the hackathon are applicable here also. But you have to understand, hackathon is 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours or 72 hours. Here it is 5 hours. And here there is no hardware. It's a pure play software, plug and play software. And here the focus shifts to logic, strategy and endurance. Logic, because the problems that are there for the ICPC are very clear. You have to use different types of logics. You have to have strategies, because there are 3 members. You have 15 problems. Who will do which problem? Who will write the code for each problem? That again is another thing. Then there is endurance. 5 hours, you have only some snacks. You don't eat food. You are not allowed to go for a bio break, but the one break or something only is allowed, something like that. So it becomes all the strategies that I told you for the hackathon apply, but at the same time here there is a big jump on terms of the logic, in terms of the strategy, in terms of the endurance. And another ways to prepare for ICPC is, there are a lot of platforms that guide you. CodeChef platform, HackerRank platform, Mushak platform. These platforms are prepare you for ICPC. When you start using this platform, you get the feel of it. Similar contests are also there. Google Code Jam, IOI, Top Coder and so on. I think Top Coder is the one that is somewhat very close to the ICPC. Code Jam is slightly different. Facebook Hacker Cup is also slightly different, but Top Coder I believe is the best, nearest to the ICPC. So here now, as I mentioned, all the strategies of the hackathon are applicable here. In addition to these strategies, it also involves logic, strategy, endurance, innovation, creativity, stamina, teamwork, and all these things. Now the foundation to crack ICPC, the bedrock, the base, the foundation, it is pure knowledge of data structures and algorithms. You have to have somebody who's super strong in algorithms. You should be thinking in terms of stacks, queues, arc trees, B trees, and so on. When you see a problem, oh, this is a OC tree, this is a stack, this is a stack overflow, this is an NP problem, that data, that is a foundation. Now, in addition to data structures and algorithms, which is the bedrock, if you have team members who are good in machine learning, deep learning, data science, combinatorics, number theory, graph theory, and crypto systems. These are the skill set that is needed. So when you are forming a team, you ensure that the team has all or most of these criteria. But the foundation, the base, the structure all lies in data structures and algorithms. Then the others are not optional, but they are desirable. Machine learning, deep learning, data science, combinatorics, cyber security, number theory, crypto systems, graph theory, and so on. So this is the kind of things that you need in terms of forming a team for the ICPC. So all the strategies of the hackathon also apply here, but here slightly different kind of things. So I think that's my last slide. I wish you all the best. I hope you guys participate and win many hackathons and programming contests. I'll be happy to answer any questions if you have any. Over to the organizers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Any questions from the audience?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, thanks for the session. I just have a question regarding the problem statements that students usually pick. So, like, how can we determine the, like, we can say the success or the impact of those problem statements, and whether our problem statements that we have selected are actually dealing with the root problems or the real life scenarios?
No, see, a lot of this depends upon the see. Normally for ICPC, if you see if you Google and look for the problems, they are not in Hindi. They say zara hatke se something. There is some usage, They are usually out of the blue. They are not the common problems that you face when you write an exam, or you're writing your data structures exam, or you're writing some sort of. They are not always some kind of different this thing, where you have to employ different types of knowledge. I told you data structures is the foundation. Now you'll have to see, okay, whether this can be done in, whether this is a machine learning problem, whether we can do it in a crypto system. So that is the kind of knowledge that, so it all depends upon the problems, but all the problems that are developed by the setters, the question paper setters, are not very easy. I'll be very honest with you. If you ask me to solve the problem, I may be able to do out of 10 problems, 1 or 2. I'm very honest, because I don't know you have to be very super good in that, So that kind of course, I don't teach data structures, but maybe a data structures teacher will be able to answer 4 or 5. But it's that kind of very heavy, difficult problems.
Rishikesh, you can unmute the mic and ask your question. Rishikesh, suno nahi.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So actually, my question was that if I am a beginner, I am just starting to prepare for ICPC. So what should be my exact approach? From where should I start? And what should be my path to follow?
See, if you are a beginner, as I mentioned, brush up data structures. Try participating once. Maybe you will not get a single problem. Right? I'm just telling you the fact. Not even one problem you may be able to solve the first time. But then you start working on it. Get a CodeChef account. Start using CodeChef. Go on practicing. After 1 year, you will definitely be able to crack. That's the only way to, improve yourself. In computer science, I always say practice. Everything is practice. All other things don't matter, You go on practicing, automatically you will develop and you will be able to crack. Initially, you try first time, it may be a problem. Second time, you will surely succeed. That is how all of us kind of went this way.
Thank you, sir.
Nishad,
Okay.
you can unmute your mic, Nishad.
So actually, I do have a
Can't hear
question.
you.
So please bear with. So
Okay.
I do have a question actually. The question is that if I ever got selected for a competition, and then I
Your voice is breaking. I'm not able to hear you properly.
so actually I do have I have a speaking problem.
Okay.
So please do bear with.
Okay. Carry on. Yeah.
It's okay, sir. Sir, if I got selected for any competition, and so should I pre-build the product and then push it on uh, online, and then later use the same code during the context? So is it ethical, or even if it is allowed during the competition?
Can you just, I lost it in between. Can somebody help me? Because The voice
Yes,
was
sir.
breaking.
The question he has also posted on the chat window. I will read it for
I'll
him.
just check it out. Yeah. 1 minute, I'm opening it. If I got selected, then I. No, you will not be able to use GitHub. See, no, hackathons will never allow you to. You first of all, no pen drives, no access to cloud. The computers that you will be using will be out of the network. You will not be able to access internet. You will not be able to Google. You will not be definitely able to use GitHub. If they find out that you have done, they'll throw you out of the hackathon. So that question doesn't arise. It's an unethical way. You will not be able to use any of those resources. In fact, for ICPC, we allow them to take you can take some small book of manual or something, some code. That book itself you have to deposit before, and we will. You are allowed to take some notes and some book and all. That book you have to deposit before the going for the contest, and during the contest only we'll return it to you. That is how the event works. So the whole thing is not possible that way.
Any more questions?
Yes, sir. My answer is my question is answered. Thank you, sir.
Sakshi, do you have any question?
Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Vijayalakshmi Vittal. I'm the faculty in the computer department. Are students having computative programming as a subject as for the DBAR2 syllabus, I mean for the university syllabus?
Yeah.
And you said that the ICPC is mainly meant for the software engineers. I mean, those are, computer engineering students.
Correct.
Yeah, to win any software-based competition or the coding competition, just I wanted to ask you that, is there any platform like ICPC, like a mock platform, there our students can practice and get
So I told you, CodeChef. CodeChef is one of the best platforms. HackerRank and CodeChef are the good platforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether with that is enough so that they can get an analysis about themselves, that whether they are really eligible or not. Yeah, they want to need some improvement. I mean, they'll get some kind of personalized recommendation. I think that facility is not available.
No, CodeChef, those you won't get it anywhere but these platforms like CodeChef, HackerRank, and Mushak and all. So the other platforms will not give you what you need for ICPC. Only these platforms will give you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that was a wonderful session. I would request all of you to open your cameras so that we can have a group photograph over here before proceeding towards the vote of thanks. All the students, please turn on your cameras. Okay, thank you all of you. Now you can turn off the cameras. So today we have a very wonderful session with our today's eminent speaker. And now our head of the department, Dr. Makran Shahade sir, has also joined us for this meeting. He was not able to join due to some technical issues at the beginning. So welcome, sir, for this valedictory talk. Am I audible, sir?
Yes. Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Thank you very much, sir. You're spending valuable time with our students.
Thank you, sir.
very interesting. Like I will join after 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, do technical problem. But this is a
Okay.
very interesting session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I would like to inform you that in the previous years itself, to 2022, one of our team has won the national level hackathon.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yes, and we are an upcoming college established in 2017 itself, and from 2018 onwards, our students are applying and participating in hackathon, and that was our first win, a major win, a first position in 2022 itself. And as per ICPC, that platform is still untouched, and we would like our student to participate in those type of competitions as well.
Sure.
So now, on the behalf of SVKM's Institute of Technology and SVKM IoT ACM student chapter, I would like to thank Professor Nair for sharing his valuable time with us and guiding our students with respect to hackathon and with respect to ICPC competition. And I hope he will always be available for us in future as well if we have some kind of difficulty.
Sure.
So once again, yeah. Now I would like to thank our principal sir, Dr. Nilesh Salunke, our HOD sir, Dr. Makaran Chade, for supporting in conduction of such programs. And I hope all of the students have enjoyed the talk and they will benefit from it in the future. So thank you all of you. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nair sir. Thank you, Khalid sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.